You know, it happens every single time. You're driving around Nevada and you just get launched into the past. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Today, we're going back more than 100 years as we visit the authentic ghost town of Rhyolite. Come on, we have to go talk to the unofficial mayor. Little chilly in these parts.
Yep, mostly the wind.
Hey, I'm dying to ask you, how do you become the unofficial mayor of Rhyolite? Who said?
Well, it's really an interesting story, and I had no idea this was going to happen. So the Happy Burrow in Beatty. So I go into Happy Burrow and they call me to come on down. So I'm sitting at the bar having a beer. Next thing you know, there's two entrances to it, right? One entrance opens and they all had signs. They were all from the national park and from town, right? And they had signs, elect Karl mayor, elect Karl mayor. The other door opened, and these people came in and said, impeach the liar. He's nothing but a thief. So they had a meeting with all the signs around me, and then the town voted, all the people were there, and they elected me the mayor of Rhyolite.
Oh, they made a good choice. Tell me about the house that we're at right now. This is very unique.
Yeah, it is really unique, and it's one of the last really standing ones in Nevada, all right? I mean, there's other ones in Goldfield, but they're mostly knocked down. But anyway, a gentleman by the name of Kelly, and supposedly he was a bartender, and he built it, and it's really interesting how he built it. He had a German mason that was building it, but he paid the kids 10 cents a wagon load to go around town and pick up all the bottles. That's how the bottles got here. And then what he did is he basically sold lotto tickets for the house, and whoever won the house owned the house. So it was like a modern day lotto, right? If you think about it that way, right? It wasn't an auction, he actually sold tickets. So supposedly, and there's a lot of things you know, in Rhyolite, you don't know whether it really is true or not. So supposedly the people that won the house had a daughter, right? And this one is from the newspaper of the time period. They named their daughter Rhyolite, and then they challenged the town of Bullfrog over there to name their first girl child after their town. And that's supposedly the story but it wasn't a lotto.
How much money did he make on that raffle?
I have no idea. I've heard everything from, $1,000 to $100,000, right?
How many bottles do you think it took to make this house?
There's supposed to be, now I've never counted them right, but there's supposed to be 64,000 bottles. And if you look at them, if you walk around and look at them, they're beer bottles, wine bottles, whiskey bottles, champagne bottles, and some of them are medicine bottles. And there's a bottle on the other side of the house that in the glass is supposedly a bug of some sort, but I've never seen that, no.
You know what's interesting about Rhyolite is that it's substantial. I mean, you can almost see the people walking down the street, can't you?
Yeah, and especially if you, like I have a lot of the Sanborn maps that show the layout of the area, and I have a lot of the archaeological reviews. So when I walk this town, it's like for real, especially sometimes at night, like at sunset, right? You can feel the vibration in the place. It's alive. Not ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts, but the feeling of it, yes.
That's well said. You can almost hear the piano playing. I mean, you can really get a sense of when you come. You live out this way, don't you?
Yes, I live right behind the bottle house underneath the other shed over there.
What's it like out here?
Well, I love it.
Why?
Well, the night sky, the quietness, and sometimes I even like the people.
Well, you are the unofficial mayor.
Well, I know, but
Hey, listen, I know it's breezy around here, but I'm gonna go stroll and take a look. But it is sure good to spend time with you. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. It's a great place to spend time.
All right, maybe we'll see you up the road.
All right, see you up the road, John.
I did just that. Made my way up the main street. You can definitely feel the energy of this town. In 1905, Rhyolite was a boom town with electricity, water, a school, a bank, and a population of around 5,000 people. But by 1911, the mining was done, the people and businesses gone. And by 1920, the population of Rhyolite was 0. a ghost town, crumbling and slowly disappearing. But people still found their way here. Eventually, the Bureau of Land Management took over watch of the town and preserved its history. Yeah, sure, Karl is the unofficial mayor of Rhyolite and knows a lot, but I did meet up with Cassie, an archaeologist with the Bureau of Land Management.
Cassie, how did you get into this line of work?
You know, as a little kid, I loved history books. I loved going to museums, anything old just fascinated me. I really enjoyed learning about how people used to live before I did.
Now, you ended up in Tonopah. How'd you end up there?
It was a little interesting circumstance. BLM was offering 2 positions for archaeologists. My husband and I were both archaeologists. Really hard to move locations when both of you are looking for employment, and we really liked the area. So
That worked out pretty good.
It did.
And how much are you enjoying the job? How much are you digging it?
You know, I really do enjoy it. I love the variety of it, the different aspects that I get to do. Things like this. This is something that I couldn't have done if I wasn't working for the BLM.
Tell me about the difference between living in Oregon, which is where you were, and living in Nevada, which is where you are now.
This is actually a lot like Eastern Oregon, but I did grow up in Western Oregon, the wet side. So this is a lot drier, but it's a lot more open, and I just love being able to see the mountains.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, tell me a little bit about this structure here. What was it?
So this is the Cook Bank Building. John S. Cook had a bank up in Goldfield, Nevada, and he decided to open up a branch down here when Rhyolite first became a big thing. The building was built in 1908 and pretty much closed by 1909.
See, that's what's interesting about Rhyolite to me, is that it was really a quick life, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was. The gold was found in this area first in 1904, and then town started springing up around 1905, 1906. But by 1908, 1909, the mines had kind of played out, and people were leaving the area.
And ironically, the San Francisco earthquake kind of played a part.
It did. The earthquake in 1906, San Francisco was the financial capital of the area. That's where all the money was flowing from to this area to develop these mines. And so when that earthquake happened, that pretty much put a stopper on that flow of income.
You know, I've seen ghost towns in Nevada, but this one is special. I guess because it's so substantial. I just get the feeling that I can see the people walking up and down the sidewalks. Do you get that feeling?
I do. That's one of the things that I enjoy about being out here is that, I feel like I can feel the people that were here before me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Main Street, Rhyolite. What else should I be looking for around here?
Well, you absolutely have to go look at the train depot. That's one of the best preserved buildings in town and is just a great piece of architecture.
I'm going now.
All right.
People from all over the world visit Rhyolite. It's living history. Cassie walked me up to the train station. It's the most preserved building in Rhyolite. It served as the hub of the town, and it's a beautiful structure. You can absolutely imagine it full of people and activity.
You know, this is such a valuable place. What do you want people to know about coming out here and enjoying it?
Yeah, I just want people to respect it and take only pictures and leave only memories.
So treat it with respect and leave it in good condition for other people, right?
Exactly.
Right. Sounds simple enough. It ought to be able to happen, I think. Oh, look, it's the unofficial mayor of Rhyolite. Karl, how are you?
How do you do, John?
Good.
See you again.
Good seeing you,
All
man.
right.
You mind if I take a closer look?
No, come on in. Take a closer look.
All right.
Well, you guys enjoy yourselves.
All right, thanks. Incredible town, lots of good stories. One of the stories that came out of this town was scandalous. That was a big scandal that happened here, right? What was
Yeah.
that story?
Well, the scandal that happened was the soiled dove. And soiled dove, the red light district down there, her name was Mona Bell. That was her working name. And she kind of ran away with this guy, Fred Skinner, and they ended up down here, and he eventually shot her. And then afterwards, he ran out into the street yelling that he shot Mona. And then they were going to lynch him, and he ended up serving jail time for it.
That's a big scandal out here in the desert back in the day.
Oh yeah, but it gets better.
Oh,
So anyway, her husband's name, Hackle, he came down here and actually took her body back and she's buried in Ballard, Washington.
but there's a marker here, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a marker, and it's down off in the desert here. And what they did is they built that site more to keep her legend alive and also to bring more tourists. It's very interesting. It's an interesting site. It's visited by a lot of people. There's a group comes here every year. They leave empty wine bottles. They leave Mardi Gras beads. And then they kind of circle around her grave. And it's a great story. I mean, it keeps the legend alive.
Well, I know 2 more people who are going to visit that site. Me and you, right now. Let's
All
go.
right.
I did a little more digging into who Mona Bell was and her story. She was a dance hall girl and worked the red light district in Rhyolite. She was also working and saving her money to make something more for herself. She and another dance hall girl bought a bar, and on New Year's Day, they opened the Mission Bar. The dream started, but ended tragically. It was the day after she opened the bar when Fred Skinner, Mona's then boyfriend, shot and killed Mona. Her story and legend lives on here. This grave is a symbol and site for people to visit and honor the wild women of the West.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is a little more substantial than what I thought you were bringing me to.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? But it's amazing, you know, when you look at it and think about how many people come out here. Look, nobody even touches the money.
It's an homage to a time past, and a very eclectic one at that, is it not?
I think so. But the one good thing about it is it keeps the history of the area growing. And that way the town will never die.
Couldn't have said it better myself.